iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. It's the Celeratus 90 here as the Red Light Racing Series, presented by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, have rolled into town. Tonight, these drivers all trying to take home the victory in the Celeratus 90. Well, it's a wild card race because Darlington Raceway, it is the home of these drivers that is too tough to tame. Back during COVID, NASCAR came here to the Darlington Raceway a number of times during that wild and wacky period. Tonight, though, it's just one trip for these drivers. And to throw the monkey wrench into it, the 1987 Winston Cup cars, the Ford Thunderbird, the Chevy Monte Carlo, and of course, that Pontiac Grand Prix here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a Buick. One lonely Buick is in the field here tonight, battling for these drivers to go to victory lane. It is just about time. It is actually time. They tell me to go down trackside for a Celeratus starting lineup here tonight, as this is how they will line up. Jason Wells will snag the pole as he's an alien anyway, so he'll snag the pole. Just down the road, South Carolina's own number 86 of James Skelton. Storm from the North will start back into the third starting spot here tonight, while Chris Hammett will start from the fourth spot. Fifth spot here tonight, the 99 of Cole Day, a great starting spot for him. How about the 51 of DJ Anderson, located just down the road from our friends at Celeratus Legal? He'll start sixth. Seventh, we'll go to the 4X Racing number 8 of Zach Mitchell. And Sean Butler, car 88. He'll be tough here tonight. He'll start in the 8th starting spot. Trent Potter, another great starting spot for the driver of car number 28. And the golfer. It's cold over there, but it's Tim Combs, car number 17. He'll start 10th. The 11th starting spot, how about the great starting spot for the Beefy Motorsports? Beanie Call number 38 of Brandon Beanie. He'll start in the 11th starting spot here tonight. Well, how about the Triad Racing, number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Souza will roll from the 12th starting spot. 13th starting spot here tonight is the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13, Joshua Buckley. The Celeratus, number 15 of Peyton Johnson, will roll from the 14th starting spot here tonight, while Donald Bennett, car number 31, will start 15th. 16th will go to William Ridgway here tonight. And starting 17th, the Full Throttle Racing Adventure in Pixels. Close up, 0-1, Richard Murdoch. 18th will go to Ethan Troutman in the number 62, while Sean Single will start 19th here tonight, making his return to the series in car number 11. Welcome back, Shanika Single. Michael Trevarthen will start back into the 20th starting spot here tonight, and that'll be Thomas Ridgway, Bruce Potter, Joe Strano, and Tony Strano. That's how they line up as you see them all go down the Boeing back straightaway here. 24 cars strong, 90 laps of the distance here from the Darlington Raceway, and we got to thank our friends over at Celeratus Legal, where they use cutting-edge technology that meets the future legal services. They're forward-thinking law firm there in Virginia. Make sure to contact our friends at Celeratus Legal today. Peyton Johnson in the field. He's the man that you're going to contact as we come out of turn 4. You see the cars of yesteryear. There they are. The 1987 Winston Cup cars will dance here tonight at the Darlington Raceway. A great start by Wells, as this is one of those tricky tracks. We told you it's going to be one of the hardest. Track position here tonight as Jason Wells will go into turn 3s. We got some problems towards the back straightaway. One car, the Bojangles, number 59 of Bruce Potter, has spun it around. He gets it pointed back in the right direction, but that car is absolutely mangled on the left front. What happened to Bruce Potter on the opening lap here? Let's watch this back out of turn number 2. Oops-a-daisy, stepped on the throttle, and bam, that looks like Jimmy Johnson from the other year. So Potter going to shorten up that left front. That car is not going to handle very well. There's the 64, though, out front. Wells was able to lead that first lap. Continuing to be out front here. Sean Butler picked up a couple there in his number 88 Valvoline entry, the driver out of Ohio. One of the all-time winningest drivers here on the series. Just behind him, I believe, as there's one driver out of line down the back straightaway. It's going to be Joshua Buckley in the City Chevrolet making a pass there on Richard Murdoch. Or at least trying to. Somebody up against the outside retaining wall that time. This is a track, they call it the Darlington Stripe, and that's because everybody here tonight will be into the outside wall. Oh, problems, Murdoch! Murdoch gonna slide it around, see if he can keep it going. Everybody down off the banking of the speedway. He does, everybody scatters. We stay green flag racing. Murdoch and Buckley were battling. Take a look here. You see a couple cars up against the outside wall. There goes Murdoch. He's going to try and cross over the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Looks like Murdoch checked up going into the corner as Buckley was trying to go to the outside. Another car involved there is the number 2. I believe that was the number 2. Yeah, it was the lone Buick out there tonight of Michael Trevarthen. So there's 2 drivers not on the same page out there. Different entry points here tonight. Chris Hammett in the burger machine having some issues. He is now dropped back to the 7th spot. And I was looking at the 99 a Cold Day here. Brand new paint scheme for the 99. Usually Cold Day runs a Rockstar Energy. I don't know if he's trying to say he's going to dance here with the monster or what. But Cold Day is driving a Monster Energy 99 here today. Chris Hammond, and there's Zach Mitchell in that beautiful Pontiac. Only 3 Pontiacs out here tonight. As here comes the Celeratus Legal, number 15. Johnson picking up spots and throwing them down here tonight. He's trying to get underneath the Arby's Pontiac. That is Brandon Feeney out of turn number 4. Feeney must have the beef. As Johnson will not be able to pick up that spot. Now Feeney into the outside wall. Feeney going to get a little bit of a boop and a bop. And he's going to hang on to it. So Feeney holds on to the Arby's roast beef Pontiac. He's going to lose about 4 spots in the exchange, but he does keep it going. So Feeney into the outside wall, loses a couple spots, and that's something we're going to see all night long. Just behind them, Sean Single trying to get around Michael Trevarthen. Sean Single making his return back to the series after being away. Sean had some issues, had an injury that he had to get taken care of. Here's Sean easy on the throttle there. So Sean back tonight here with the series on Monday night. He'll slap it up against the outside wall. Wish we had a counter here tonight that we could count at least all the scrapes up against the outside wall that we do catch. We missed it for the race lead, though. James Skelton was able to make the pass for the race lead as all the chaos was going on all around the field. Trying to cover it all here tonight. He made that pass, and this is how he did it. Got a great run out of turn 4, just get down to the inside of that number 64. Wells didn't put up much of a battle. He knew if he put up the battle, it was going to hurt both those drivers. And that's how James Skelton became your new race leader. So, looks like the biggest mover and shaker so far here tonight is actually this car right here. The Big As fans. That's right. Those ones you put up in your garage. Those very, very expensive ones. There it is. Oh, no. Talk too soon. Trevarthen, you got to keep it out of the wall to go fast, my friend. So Michael Trevarthen is running into the 15th position right now with that Oldsmobile. Or actually, that's the Buick. Why do I keep saying Oldsmobile? It is a Buick. But either way, he is up 5 spots here tonight. See if he can continue as Feeney's into the outside wall again, right in front of Trevarthen. We could just watch these two pinball it off the wall all night. These drivers still here. Nose to tail. Oh, Day into the outside wall off too. Gets really tricky there. Cole Day will lose a spot. Chris Hammett, we saw Hammett lose a couple spots early after he bounced it off the wall. So now Chris Hammett is 6th in the number 6 machine. Day's back to running 7th. Zach Mitchell is 8th. 9th is still running the number 28. That is Trent Potter. Day having some more issues off turn number 2. And Day going to lose a spot and put it up into the wall. It's a good thing these are real metal cars here tonight. Trent Potter trying to get underneath that 99 with his Haviland Thunderbird, just not quite able to make it happen. A lot of creature comforts inside this number 28 here as we ride on board. Oh, easy does it. Cole Day having some problems. Look at the hands, very smooth here for Potter. Just not quite able to make that pass completely stick to the inside of that 99. You are tiptoeing around here, not only because of the horsepower in these machines, the old bias ply tire, but this track surface is just wore out, and it is a track for one-lane racing as Cole Day going to swing her to the inside there. Looks like Day possibly coming to pit road. Will he be one of the first drivers to hit pit road here, lap number 16? Might be a little early, but he's trying to get it down there. Maybe he forgot to shut the iced tea off in his fridge. You guys got one of those fancy iced tea dispensers in his fridge. So as Cole Day makes an unscheduled pit stop to pit road. Check back up towards the front of the field here. There's the front three as, oh boy, Skelton into the outside wall as I believe that was Donald Bennett trying to come to pit road. So Bennett tried to come to pit road there as your race leaders were coming through. James Skelton got up into the outside wall. There they are. Skelton, Wells, Terriel, and Butler just behind back there. He's sitting about almost 2 seconds back off the race leader. So Skelton paces the field here tonight. Looking at about 10 laps away from our green flag pit cycle. 2 cars were off the racetrack early here tonight. That was Bruce Potter. He had an issue on the opening lap here tonight of our Celeratus Legal 90 here at the Darlington Raceway. Josh Buckley also had some issues back on lap number 10. The number 13 has come to pit road with some issues on his machine. He is sitting down on pit road being scored into the 23rd position. Now Cole Day has pulled it to, actually he is behind the wall now in that number 99. Donald Bennett also coming to pit road here. So it looks like we have about 4 drivers currently sitting down on pit road or behind the wall here tonight early here at Darlington. Nobody out in front of the race leaders here as they are all by themselves here working lap number 20. Zach Mitchell trying to make a move here on his 4X racing teammate without getting a 4X. It's a Pontiac and a Ford. Who's going to win the battle here between the Pontiac or the Ford? Here comes Mitchell, not able to get to the inside. Look at the 6 slide up. Mitchell tried to put the power down, and all of a sudden it just did not stick down there. Hammett got to pull over. He will let that car go right on by. So with Zach Mitchell up into the 6th spot now. Yep, Zach Mitchell will take a little bit of the actual paint off the right-hand side. There's a Celeratus Legal number 15 of Peyton Johnson here tonight. He's got the Sim Speed Shop all over car number 15 too. He's picked up 3 spots. He's running back into the 11th spot here. You want to talk about a great trolling back and forth, trying to get people to take the bait. Peyton Johnson tried to go back and forth on the Discord page the other day, just after last week's race, and boy, was nobody buying it. And then all of a sudden, hook, line, and sinker, they all bought it. And then Josh Buckley had to say, boys, you didn't see it coming. A good time back and forth between all the drivers in the Discord session. Peyton here tonight running into the 11th spot. Usually we see Peyton late in the races work their way front as there's another pass for position. Zach Mitchell trying to take his Pontiac. They built excitement, race fans, and that's why they went out of business. That's what I'm told anyway. I read it on the internet. They can't put anything on the internet that's not true. I mean, that's what they tell me. So if Pontiac went out of business for building too much excitement, well, there's some excitement behind the wheel of that number 8 machine. As they work down the back straightaway, you see DJ Anderson, who is sitting into the 4th position. Sean Butler has really started to fade here. When we took a look at the top 5 here about, 6 laps ago, Sean Butler was running into the 4th position. It was Skelton, Wells, and Terriel. Now it's Skelton, Terriel, Wells. But then it was Sean Butler. And Sean Butler has now worked himself back into the 6th position. Not sure if the tires have gone away on that 88 or if he's trying to save a little bit here tonight. We know Sean's one of those drivers that always tries to pull a little bit of strategy out of his hat. Hey, look at this. 2 cars back out onto the raceway. There's that City Chevrolet That is driven by Joshua Buckley here tonight. He's back out onto the raceway. Almost 5 minutes down on pit road is what he spent. Another car that's back out there. There's that Bojangles, number 59. That is Bruce Potter. Potter back out onto the raceway. He spent 13 minutes down on pit road, as there's a driver that is coming to pit road here for the first time tonight. Car number 39. That is William Ridgway. And the, well, it is a little scraped up on the right-hand side. So Ridgway, one of the first drivers to come to pit road here. He'll put 4 brand new tires on. We expected a lot of these drivers possibly around lap number 30 to come to pit road. So Ridgway will be the first one here on lap number 27 for himself to come to pit road. Here comes Peyton Johnson. He will bring his machine to pit road here. So Johnson bringing the Celeratus Legal, number 15, to pit road. Tony Strano not far behind. There's the Wheaties, number 3. An absolute beautiful looking number 3. I won't say it's because it's orange or anything, but hey, it's orange. It's beautiful. So some drivers coming down. When will these two come down? James Skelton still out front here tonight at Darlington. That's the battle for first and second. You can see the brake rotors glowing here because they need to slow down these heavy machines as they rocket down the straightaway. Watching the race leaders, it looks like about 165 miles an hour for the race leaders, and all the way down to about 130 miles an hour through the corner. So a lot of brakes needing to be applied here tonight on these big old heavy, well, I wanted to say tin cans, but they ain't even tin cans. They are straight up metal. Race leader staying out. Tim Combs is bringing the Pepsi Challenger, number 17. Every time we come to a racetrack and we see a Pepsi Challenger race themed machine, I remember back to, oh man, just a couple years ago, I believe it was Leo Bordage, always running one of those Pepsi machines. So it's always good to see that paint scheme back out onto the racetrack occasionally, a couple times a year. Brandon Feeney trying to run away and hide. That is going to be Richard Murdoch in the Claws Up Adventure in Pixel 01 machine, who has caught him. Got a couple drivers also right there, believe. Oh boy, Thomas Ridgway. Hold on to her. Thomas Ridgway getting passed up. Looked like he was sitting still there. That's because that was the number 39. Hold on to her, Feeney. Hold on to her, Feeney. Hold on to her, Buckley. Couple cars going around. I believe we just saw the 03 of Thomas Ridgway hard into the wall. As we did. He spun it into the wall, and he immediately called for the virtual tow truck, so we stayed green. Everybody else kept going. This is what happened out there. Everybody got checked up, bottled up, and whoop, whoop, and yeah. There's nobody behind the 13 of Joshua Buckley at the time. He was able to get off the racetrack there before Bruce Potter came around, so the officials said, you know what? We're keeping rolling. One of the race leaders to pit road, though, the 42. Max Terrio will be the first one out of the top 3 to come to pit road. So as he brings down his Chevrolet, he'll give up that second position from James Skelton. So when will Skelton come to pit road? I'm going to suggest, or, yep, it is. I was going to say I'm going to guess and whatnot that it's going to be right here, and it is. So James Skelton will come to pit road this time by. He makes it to lap number 33. That'll turn the race lead over to Zach Mitchell. Oh, boy. That was the 28 of Trent Potter also coming to pit road, and he was very close to missing it. You miss pit road here tonight at Darlington, you got to go all the way back around, and it could be a night ender because you're going to lose so much time trying to come back up to speed. See Murdoch down on pit road. Joshua Buckley on pit road. Only a handful of drivers here tonight have yet to come to pit road, and there's one of them. That is Shanika Single, has yet to come to pit road in car number 11. He is being scored into the 4th position currently. Sean Butler will come down this time. There you see the 88. So with the 88 coming to pit road. Who were the drivers that didn't? Well, I was going to name 2 of them, and 2 of them instantly peel off. As there's Michael Trevarthen. He'll come to pit road. Sean Singles coming to pit road. So then there were 2. Now there's 1 because here comes Zach Mitchell. He'll slow the 4X Racing number 8 down. He'll come to pit road here on 35. So as he comes down, does Brandon Feeney come down now? There is that Feeney call. Number 38 of Feeney way up against the outside wall, so I suspect he is going to stay out here. He will stay out. He will not lead that lap because Zach Mitchell is pitted on the other side of the start-finish line. So as you see that number 17 there trying to make his way back onto the lead lap. That is Tim Combs. Combs will make his way back onto the lead lap. Brandon Feeney will lead this time by. So Feeney does lead a lap here tonight at the Darlington Raceway. See the sun setting all the way around out there on the horizon. The lights have been on here because the stars and the cars here of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series have been on the racetrack here for 37 laps here at the Darlington Raceway. Feeney now says this time it actually is time to bring the Arby's roast beef machine to pit road. So as Brandon Feeney comes to pit road, that should do everybody except for... saying Sean Single hasn't come to pit road, but I believe that may be a little bit of a lie, a little bit of a glitch. I do believe he has come to pit road, or maybe he hasn't. Here he comes now. Maybe I just imagined that Shanika came to pit road. I really thought he did. I'm being told, remember race fans, I told you don't miss pit road. It's exactly what Sean Single did. So now he's coming to pit road. He'll be the final driver to make his way to pit road. There's the race leader, though. There's the number 42, Max Terriol. Came down, one of the first drivers to come to pit road. And he now takes over the race lead. He's got a 1.2-second race lead over Jason Wells. There's Max. There's Jason. That's how they're running. 1 and 2. A little bit farther back. 2.3 seconds back from the race leader. Max Terriol was James Skelton. Skelton was the race leader before everybody came to pit road, and now he's back to running into that 3rd position. Where is the 4th position? There it is. There's that Ford. Chris Hammett. William Ridgway has worked himself into the 5th position, but he's got the oldest tires on the racetrack right now. Short-bitted, undercut a lot of these race leaders, so Ridgway is actually sitting 5th. And looking like he could be about 10, maybe 11 laps away from making his next pit stop. But right now, William Ridgway in car number 39 is sitting into the 5th position. 6th and 7th are nose to tail. It's the Shawnosaurus Rex, number 88 of Sean Butler. He is sitting into that 6th position currently. 7th is Zach Mitchell. We saw his car come alive on a long run. You can see they both run up on that number 39 machine right now. Remember, newer tires for the 88 of Butler and Mitchell over that 39 machine. A little kiss, a little scrape to the outside wall there for the 39 of Ridgway. Ridgway will drop back to that 7th running position here. Jeffrey Souza in the stand analyzer. Souza, median number 4, is running back into the 8th position. Remember, we talked to him last week. After he picked up a win He is, well, he was looking forward to this race, except for one thing. He's not having the race that he thought he was going to have. He realized he picked up the win and didn't have to worry if tonight didn't turn out the way he wanted it to, because he already has that win, so he's locked in to the playoffs. Sean Single having some problems on the front straightaway. I'm not sure if he forgot how to drive the number 11 or what. Looks like Sean's just going to straight sail it off into pit road here. And, yeah, looks like Sean's going to call it an evening. An unfortunate early exit there for Shanika. Maybe his back's hurting a little bit. Oh, boy. Close racing. Michael Trevarthen almost into the back end of Richard Murdoch. The number 2 of Trevarthen in that Buick. Been a rough one for him here tonight. We talked about the playoffs a moment ago, and as you watch this battle continue to rage on out there onto the racetrack, who are the drivers that are locked in? Well, there's a couple drivers that are locked into the playoffs right now. Max Terrell, Zach Mitchell, James Skelton, and Jeffrey Souza have all picked up a win. So those drivers are currently already sitting into the playoffs. They don't have to worry about it. We talked about Jeffrey Souza already being, ecstatic that he picked up the win last week. He thought he had a really good chance coming in here to the Darlington Raceway and picking up another win. But so far here tonight, he's been buried back deep into traffic. Those drivers are all right. Jason Wells, William Ridgway, Cole Day, Reinald Donnie, Chris Hammett, Richard Murdoch. They were all locked in virtual of points. But tonight, a couple of those drivers missing in action. Ethan Troutman, Peyton Johnson, and DJ Anderson, they were sitting on the cusp of being locked in. And then Joe Strano, Sean Butler, and Trent Potter. And Potter having one heck of a season here in his full-time debut with the series. But what do you say, race fans? We have somebody standing by outside the medical care center. Let's throw it down there. Let's see. Shanika Single joining us here. Sean, a early exit, it looks like, here from the Darlington Raceway, and your return back to the series.
Oh, yeah, I chose a bad night to come back. This car is not easy to drive, and also one of the hardest tracks. So,
you talk about not easy to drive. It doesn't have a lot of creature comforts out there. An old bus steering wheel, it looks like, some gauges that have been rigged up. Who knows where they found them. Talk about how hard it actually is to drive this monstrosity.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying it's like driving a boat, but even backing up the corner going into 3 and 4, the thing just wants to skate up the track. Once you get in the wall, the tires get wicked loose. I think the fall off is like 3 seconds. So, I don't know, just trying to wheel this thing around, getting comfortable in the seat, especially with the way my back's been lately. I probably came back too early.
Probably coming back too early. Tell the fans what exactly happened out there with your back. I know we've talked to you a couple times. You've been at home. You've been sitting there with Pops. You've been watching.
Yeah, I have a herniated disc in my back that's been running some nerve pain down to my foot. So I've been out of the seat. The seat was kind of making it act up. So I took some time off, went to PT, got a couple cortisone shots in the back, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I'll hopefully be back in the next couple of weeks feeling a lot better.
Well, we're glad to see you here tonight. Sorry you have to take the early exit here, but we look forward to maybe seeing you be able to park that number 11 at Victory Lane this year.
Oh yeah, that's the hope. We got a couple of races left here. Once I feel a little bit more comfortable, I'll be back.
Well, if you're ready to switch the old steering wheel for the microphone, I'll switch with you. I'll race. You come up here and talk about these drivers that are pinballing off the wall.
I was going to say, I don't know if you and I have the same talent. There's no way I could talk the way you do and make it sound so perfect every time you're in the booth.
You're right, but I'd be able to park it in Victory Lane.
That's completely true. You're a better driver than me.
Sean, thanks for coming up and talking to us.
Yes, sir.
There you have it, Sean Single telling you his point of view here tonight of what happened with car number 11. As he will, look forward to hopefully having a better race here in the upcoming weeks. We watched a couple of these drivers. There, as you see, the battle for the race lead now, though, has heated up here. Looks like Max Terriol has a little bit of company there in the terms of the fisherman of Jason Wells. Wells sitting right there behind him. There's the battle for the race lead, and then there's the battle with Richard Murdoch and Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen will get around on the outside. He takes his big-ass fan to the outside of Richard Murdoch. So the claws up, Adventure and Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch has now fallen back outside the top 10. Michael Trevarthen continues his climb through the field. He's the only driver that has picked up double-digit spots here so far. Back to the front, I'm doing the math, I'm looking at it. If these two drivers continue to stay on the path that they are on, they will need one more pit stop, and it should come around lap 60 to 63 for your two race leaders here. They actually are locked in the battle, the best battle out onto the raceway. Nobody else within, well, a half a second of each other other than these two drivers, so we're going to keep it locked right here on the front of the field as somebody just came by. That was Tim Combs in the Pepsi Challenger entry. Came by and just absolutely scraped it up right by our camera. So this track tonight playing, I guess the sheet metal fabricators will stay in business here. The painters will stay in business. DJ Anderson actually came to pit road as we watched this battle for the race lead. So the 51 of Anderson peeled off and came to pit road. Two drivers officially out of tonight's race. We talked about it earlier on here. That is Cole Day and Donald Bennett. Joshua Buckley taking his second extensive stay on pit road. As you see Tim Combs, he's going to pull out of the way of the race leaders, let them go on by. A couple drivers coming to pit road also. Bruce Potter, Tony Strano on pit road. As the battle for the lead heats up, I'm also looking at it. Last time by, Jason Wells was a little bit faster than the race leaders, but right now he's going to be stuck behind that number 17 in the dirty air. So the next lap or two may be a little bit slower for the Wells machine. There it is. It was, half a car length, if that, was the battle for the race lead. And then it looked like Skelton got a little tight. You saw that number 3 machine down on the bottom. That was Tony Strano. There you see the Good Wrench Wheaties entry. Coming back out onto the raceway. He's got fresh tires and a full gas tank of Sunoco race fuel. Here comes James. Can he get to the bottom? Can he make it stick down there? It's hard to come off 4. It's very flat. The car wiggles, but he's able to stay just about side by side. He's not gonna. Max will clear back around the outside. Let's ride on board here with the 86 of James Skelton and see how hard it really is to get around the track. Definitely not easy out there. James Skelton has had a couple runs to try and get around the race leader there of Max Terriel. Just has not been able to. now officially in the window here for these drivers, and James Skelton going to absolutely peel off to the bottom side with the Flowertown Animal Hospital entry. He'll come to pit road. Final stop of the night. So here comes Skelton, Hammett, and William Ridgway all to pit road. So a lot of your drivers inside the top 10 going to try and pit a little bit early here. There's the 4. Souza coming to pit road. I believe that was an unscheduled stop there for Souza, or at least a 2-tire stop maybe for the state analyzer. It's a throwback to Jeff Burton. And I believe Jeffrey Bodine also ran an X-side paint scheme at one point. Wells giving up that second position. He was running third before all the pit cycles actually started, but he'll give that spot up. He'll come to pit road because we're under 30 laps here tonight in this Celeratus 90 here from the Darlington Raceway. Max Terrill not going to spend any more time than he needs out there because he knows he's going to give up time. So he'll bring the number 40 to the MK Medic entry to pit road. A lot of drivers taking the time. I believe the only ones that really haven't come to pit road, Zach Mitchell, Michael Trevarthen, and Brandon Feeney. Everybody else has come. There goes the race leader. Zach Mitchell will stay out for at least another lap here. So the 4X Racing Zach Mitchell entry. Picked up a win back at the Watkins Glen International Raceway, where we drove the NASCAR Next Generation machines. You see how very different those machines are. They have a sequential. Oh, as he'll put the Pontiac up into the wall. Those next-gen cars, they have, well, major downforce. Wide wheels, 1 lug nut, 5-speed gearboxes. These things, old clunky H-pattern 4-speed. Bias ply tire. Next to no downforce. It's like driving a brick down the freaking highway. Lots of horsepower. No brakes. See Mitchell. He'll throw it down to the inside. He'll bring the 4X Racing Pontiac there. Get it woed up. 55 miles an hour, I do believe, or 50 miles an hour here tonight. That should turn things over to this guy. Skelton leading the charge here tonight. There's the second place run of the all-black 42, the Storm from the north. Then you got the Alien of Wales back there. Those are the drivers that should be scored 1, 2, and 3 once the green flag pit cycle cycles itself through. Sean Butler trying to get around Chris Hammond, and looks like he will do so. That was the battle for what will be the 5th position. With just 25 laps to go here tonight in the Celeratus Legal. Brandon Feeney is still out on the raceway with the Arby's roast beef sandwich, number 38. Brandon Feeney has a, I believe the new episode of the Feeney Calls coming out. He's going to have Andy Jankowiak out of New York on the Feeney Call podcast. Find that over at YouTube at the Feeney Call. Post-race show here tonight at the Darlington Raceway will be brought to us by Brandon Feeney and the Feeney Call. Remember to check out their podcast. Don't worry, I'm trying to pull it up right now, race fans. I want to see if Andy J has been posted yet, as I believe it had to be the 20th episode actually for the Feeney Call. So it's really cool to see Feeney talking to some drivers from the States, mainly talking to the drivers up in Canada. But Andy J absolutely runs everything. He'll run everything as long as it's got a wheel and some motors. A wheel and some motors, or a motor and some wheels. Either way, what a heck of a wheelman. 22 laps to go. We're still waiting on Feeney to make his final pit stop. He's the only driver that has yet to come to pit road. As you see Souza approaching fast as Feeney's up into the wall there out of turn 2. Seen a lot of drivers out of turn 2 go into the wall. Here comes Zach Mitchell. Mitchell going to take a real big dive bomb down to the bottom. He'll go 2 for 1 down the back straightaway into 3. So Mitchell hot to trot. He's on a mission here tonight in that number 8 machine. He'll now be into the 6th spot. The battle for the race lead still rages on here. It's been nose to tail like all night long at Darlington. Thomas Ridgeway, Sean Single, and Bruce Potter is out there. So Sean Single, Thomas Ridgeway have caught it tonight. They will add their names along on the list with Donald Bennett and Cole Day. Joshua Buckley is watching, I believe it's the Manning cast while he was trying to drive, I was told. And I don't know, race fans, if you remember what the inside of these cars look like, but there's no creature comfort. So I don't know where he stuck his laptop, his tablet, his phone. Probably why he crashed. Or it might be the new pedals he got. Or the new steering wheel that he got. You know what it is? He needs a new computer. His words, not mine. He told me if he wrecked this season, he was going to blame it on not having a new computer. As there's the battle. And there is trying to be a pass for the race lead. You see it, Max trying to get down to the bottom. Didn't quite get there, but will he be able to keep the momentum down the straightaway? He'll have the advantage into 1. If he can just hold it down there a little sideways for the 42. Saw the 86 also react to it. The 86 is Skelton going to keep his right foot in at the Flowertown Animal Hospitals. Those little doggies are barking. Max going to try and drive it in real deep there. Almost got to the back bumper. Brandon Feeney coming to pit road this time. He'll make his final pit stop. So Feeney will bring down the Arby's roast beef entry. Along with it, here comes Tony Strano. This is Strano's 3rd pit stop of the evening. He'll come to a complete stop, and it does look like they will put right side tires. He's wiggling it back and forth. I don't know if something's wrong or... I hope Dale's okay in that car. Oh, he finally stopped. He was wiggling it back and forth. Down and away goes the Wheaties entry. He'll get back to racing. There's the battle once again for the race lead. We continue to show that so all the race fans have an idea. Jason Wells has just been sitting back here all night long. He's like, hey guys, I've just kind of been here hanging around, being an alien, doing alien things. Now with 15 to go, can he go up and battle for this race win here tonight? That's Brandon Feeney creeping into the picture. Now to battle for position. That Pontiac, remember, was just down on pit road for Brandon Feeney. So he's got 4 fresh Mr. I Feel Awesome tires on that thing. Looking at the race leaders, last time by, it was a 33-second lap for James Skelton. Brandon Feeney turned a 31.8. So you can definitely tell the tires on that number 38 are a lot faster here late in the going. He'll have to get around the 2 race leaders, though, to get back on the lead lap. And you can tell through the center of the corner that 38 wants to go. Just has to be mindful because that's the 2 race leaders here tonight of Terriot and Skelton. 13 laps to go. Max lets the 38 just waltz on by on the outside. He saw he was faster. So now Feeney trying to get around the number 86 of Skelton. That would put him back on the lead lap. Right now, Max is back there hoping that Feeney can maybe rattle the cage of that 86 and get him to overstep, make a mistake, put it in the wall or something. Closing in on the 10 lap to go. As there you see Brandon Feeney gets back on the lead lap. He'll go down. Hey, below the white line there, that's all racing room. There is no out of bounds here at Darlington. If you can make the car stick, you go there. Battle. It's not quite a battle. The battle is actually the 15. There he is. Now he comes into the picture frame. 15 of Johnson and the 17 of Combs. Battling just outside the top 10. It's been a quiet night. That's the 23 that was just back there. Listen to that throttle work there with that Pepsi Challenger number 17. Joe Strano's just right there. There's that 23 of Strano. Been a very quiet night for Strano. Started second to last on the field. Only one car that was behind him. That was his brother of Joe. And right now, they've both picked up 7 spots. So Joe is actually 16th. Tony is 17th. That's what it is. There was a huge wiggle also down there in the center of 1 and 2 there for that 23 of Joe Strano. Zach Mitchell again late in the run, coming on strong. He'll get around Sean Butler. That 8 machine absolutely fast on these long runs. Looks like another driver late in this one has called it an evening here at Darlington. Let's go down trackside, see what happened to the 51 of DJ Anderson. Anderson, what happened out there? The 51 looks like it is no longer in commission.
Up. He kind of surprised me there. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was running really good, and it just going into 3, it just snapped. Kind of did a nice little nosedive and knocked the right front tire off, but kind of came out of nowhere. Kind of sucks because definitely had I think I was running 4th at the time, or well, I was going to be 4th when the pits cycled out, but just sucks. Another bad week.
How hard is it to run these 1987 cars here at one of the toughest tracks at Darlington?
It's actually a lot of fun. I love coming here in this car. I was pretty quick in practice, qualified up front. Didn't get the best qualifying lap that I should have, but I was running up front, decent on the long run, and felt like I might have been able to get a podium finish if pit stops worked well. But like I said, I was running 4th or 5th there, and just I don't know, just snapped on me and hit the wall and ended my night.
Well, it ends your night here tonight at Darlington. We look forward to seeing you next week, though, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Appreciate it. I got to get a win to get into playoffs now.
There you have it. He's already thinking about having to make up those points by parking it in victory lane. And we'll be 5 laps away from putting somebody in victory lane here tonight at the Darlington Raceway here tonight in our Celeratus Legal. As we get 5 to go, we got to thank once again Peyton Johnson and all the fine folks at Celeratus Legal, located in Virginia. You have legal problems, Celeratus Legal has you covered. Contact them today. They use cutting-edge technology to meet your future legal services. Contact them today. Peyton Johnson, an update on him. He's back running into the 12th position. As we got that high 5, the high how are you that time. James Skelton here in this long run is absolutely setting some blistering lap times. He's about a 10th of a second faster than everybody else on the field, except for one driver. And there he is. That is the number 8 of Zach Mitchell. Mitchell is mirroring your race leader of James Skelton's lap times. Problem is, he's very far behind. Four more times around here tonight. James Skelton looking to pick up another win. He's already picked up one. That was a couple weeks ago back at the Bristol Motor Speedway in the Greg's Pizza 500. Now he's looking to go here tonight in the Celeratus 90 here at Darlington. Three laps to go, and the battle is for 12th position. There's Peyton Johnson. He's trying to hold on to that spot. Trent Potter has caught him. Potter has been having a lot of good runs here lately with that number 28 machine. Been qualifying very well, been running inside the top 10. Tonight here, the pit stop just kind of got him off the sequence. He was as high up as running into the 7th position at one time. So as Trent Potter picks off that spot from Peyton Johnson, your race leader of James Skelton got the old popsicle sticks thrown at him when he came by the flag stand. So that just means 2 more laps of racing here at Darlington, which is now only a lap and a half because, well, he's run away with it. Skelton will see the white flag this time by James Skelton. Gets the white flag. Final trip around the speedway here tonight at the Darlington Raceway. James Skelton will try to pick up. Let's see, how many wins is this going to be for James Skelton here? He is third overall all time on the wins record. This will give him 30 wins with the series in 213 starts. James Skelton off for turn number 4. He will pick up the Celeratus 90 win here from the Darlington Raceway. Max will come across the line, and second. Third will be Wells. Fourth will be Zach Mitchell. Sean Butler will finish into the 5th position. Then it's going to be Chris Hammett. Here's a battle. Ethan Troutman trying to take that number 62 to the 8th position. Trying to get there, gets to the inside. Drag race. Not going to have it. William Ridgway will finish 8th. 9th will be Troutman. 10th will be Murdoch. So there's tonight's winner here at the Darlington Raceway. 30th career win. He'll burn him down. It's his home state. Picked up his 2nd win of the season. Coming up next will be the Feeney Call post-race show, brought to us by Brandon Feeney and the Feeney Call. Remember to head on over to youtube.com and see what their latest podcast episode is of the Feeney Call. It's Andy J. Have to check that one out myself yet. So Skelton will do the donuts. We're step away for just a moment, and we'll be back here at the Darlington Raceway.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Darlington Raceway. After 90 laps here in the Celeratus, legal 90 from the Darlington Raceway, it has all come to this. It's the Feeney Call post-race show brought to us by Brandon Feeney and the Feeney Call. Remember to check out the latest episode over on YouTube.com as Brandon Feeney talks to Andy Jankowiak from New York. Let's head down trackside, though, as we have the top 2 standing by for the moment. Let's start with, I believe, the race winner here tonight, the 86 of James Skelton. James, a very clean race for you here tonight at one of the toughest tracks.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I live about, an hour and a half from Darlington. I always enjoy going to the race. And that was as good as it get. I can't thank Max enough for racing me clean. I think it was weird as track position, whoever can get out front. I thought I was a little bit faster on the second stint than him, but to be able to get the power down and pass him was near impossible. So that was a lot of fun.
You talk about fun. How much fun, or was it nervous there? That last stint there, you came out of pit road, you were ahead of that 42, and then all of a sudden Max was able to get to the inside a couple of times, and it looked like you guys were going to have a battle, and then all of a sudden the 86 came back to life and you drove away.
Yeah, for sure, Roger. I really thought after that first set of pit stops, Max put like 3 seconds on me by just staying out 1 lap earlier, and then I thought I saw him just go pit 1 lap later than me, but I think he pitted 2 laps later than me, and then he was only 1.4 seconds behind me coming out pit road. So I thought I was done. So I just tried to, save my tires, just not let him clear me, which he almost did through 3 and 4. Like he almost cleared me, and there's no way I would have passed him back. Never really entered high in this car going into 1 when he was under me. So I just had to drive it in there, and hopefully it stuck, and I think he got a little bit loose under me, so it was a good battle.
It was definitely a good battle, and then you ran away and hid to pick up your 30th career win with the series. You've already been, locked in because you won at Bristol just a couple weeks ago, so you win again tonight. Just some added points, added trophies into the trophy case. When do you flip and turn your sight onto the playoffs at this point with just 2 races left in the regular season?
Yeah, I guess I got to start looking at it. I don't even know what the first track is in the playoffs, and I actually don't even know what the race is next week. So we got a little momentum going right now, so we're just going to take it 1 race at a time, and we want to keep it going. So I think we're just going to focus on these next 2 weeks and just try to accumulate as many points. And I take a lot of pride in trying to win the regular season points. So let's see, I led the most, and I got the win, so I got 2 more bonus, 3 points on Max. I think it was 5 or 6 behind him. So that's really the goal the next 2 weeks is to try to maybe win another race and just see if we can win the regular season points.
Well, we look forward to watching you over the next couple of weeks here. So let's roll the red carpet out for the 2nd time this season, 30th time overall in your career. Hand you the microphone and say, who's on the side of the car?
Yeah, I always got to thank the Weiss business, Firetown Animal Hospital. We had it on, representing them. I want to thank all the sponsors, Checkered Flag Auto Supply. I believe Peyton sponsored this one. If he did, I definitely appreciate it. Feeney for what he does in sponsorship. Josh for everything what he does to put the league together. All the drivers, once again. Everybody, kind of the chatter was this would be a caution fest, and we went green all the way in this car. So thanks for all the drivers, because I know some guys absolutely hate this car, but it's my favorite. So thanks to all the drivers, all the fans, you, Roger, for everything you do, and we'll see you guys next week.
There you hear it. James Skelton will pick up tonight's Celeratus 90. win here from the Darlington Raceway, his 30th career win with the series. The driver that will finish one spot behind him, that's the 42 of Max Terriel. Max, a great run for you in the 42 machine. It looked like you had some speed, and then all of a sudden, the wheels fell off it.
Yeah, that's all because I hit the wall early in the race, and I was playing catch up until the end. I knew I was in better position after the last pit stop, but that right front wore much more than if I kept the car clean. And that one chance I had to pass, that was my only chance, because if it didn't work, from that point on, I fell back and couldn't do anything.
You talk about scraping the outside wall early. How aero dependent are these bricks that go down the straightaways?
Not that much, just a little bit when you try to hit the exit of turn 2 just right. That's when you can benefit a little bit from that downforce, and that's exactly what happened. I was close to the 86 with worn tires. I just missed the bottom off turn 2, and I hit the outside wall off there, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been, but still, it didn't give me the best chance until the end of the race. But still, we went green for 90 laps at Darlington, so overall, it is definitely a success overall.
It is a successful night here tonight for the series overall, and a second place finish for you. You already picked up 2 wins, so you know you're going playoff racing. So just another solid points night overall for you tonight, Max. And what do you say? Who's on the side of this all black, number 42?
Yeah, on the side is still for my friend Max. I want to also shout out to my fiance, my dad. Still watching Turn 3 broadcast every week. Again, congrats to James on the win and Jason for third place finish. We ran, all 3 of us, all race long within a second or 2, so we didn't have that much margin for a mistake, and that's what made it also exciting until the end. And Josh, James, and Richards for this Monday Scrambler series. I think next week at Charlotte in the trucks, so looking forward. We'll see you guys next week.
There you have it. Max Terriel, just an all-around solid night for the driver out of Canada. He will finish P number 2. Jason Wells will finish into that 3rd spot, unavailable here, as he drove the wheels off that number 64 machine, so he did not make it quite back to pit road here just yet. So we'll see if we can catch up with him a little bit later on throughout the week. So with the Celeratus 90 in the books, where does that leave us? That leaves us with 2 races. Next week at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and then we head to the Michigan International Speedway before we start the playoffs just before the holidays. Well, next week at Charlotte, race fans, hate to tell you, I'm not gonna be there. Unfortunately, I got some scheduled events away here from the broadcast studio. We have Al Smith coming back to call some racing action. Some of you may remember Al Smith. He has filled in the past, so you'll be in great hands next week when you head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Al Smith bringing you the cameras, the sights, the sounds, and all the calls from behind the microphone. So unfortunately, we won't be there, but we will be out in the crowd watching with you race fans next week. We hope to chat it up with you next week in the chat, but that's going to about do it here from Darlington. So for all of our friends at Celeratus Legal, along with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, Red Light Racing, and all of us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's virtual broadcast here from the Darlington Raceway. And until we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.